So you obviously have a love of wrestling. There's no doubt about that. Early on, though, when you first started, do you feel like you had a love for the business, or you felt like this is a good way to make money?
No, it was an understanding of the business. It's like I said, I wasn't about the money. I was just, it's Reggie. But, sorry, my dog was getting crazy. But,
perfect dog for you then, huh?
Yeah, crazy. Everybody says he's like me. He's got the same temperament you do. But the business to me was just something I could do. It's like going back to what Jack Bristol says, natural. I naturally was good at it, no matter what. And I learned, I paid my dues. I paid my dues. I stayed underneath wherever. It didn't bother me. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you a great story. When Terry Funk decided he was going to drop that Florida strap to me, they brought me in the office, Eddie Graham, Dusty Rhodes, Jerry Briscoe, Jack Briscoe, Terry Funk. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, oh, God, what did I do wrong? Because I've been fighting this whole time in Tampa. You go to bars, get all wrong, boom, boom, wrestling's fake, bam, no, it's not. Mm-hmm. So I always respect and love the business that way. I defended it. I defended it with my life. And I was going down there and they sat me down and they go, hey, kid, we're going to build you up and Terry wants to drop the strap to you in Orlando. And I looked at him and I go, why? I go, I like it where I'm at. Underneath wrestling, I like that. I just go in and go drink at the bar and have fun, right? I said, I don't want to be up there. And then they say, well, no, seriously, here's what you got to do. If you don't draw money, you know that the guys underneath you where you started, they'll starve to death. They won't be able to leave. You can't draw and sell out with those guys underneath you. I went, good, I'll stay on the first match. You can keep the belt.
Did you feel pressure then? I mean, eventually, you were the Florida State heavyweight champion and Central State.
I wanted all, but yeah, the pressure was, what if I couldn't draw? My guy down here, who I love, we drive together, partners, all the baby face in the car. We went up and down the road eating buffets, sneaking out food in our little cups and stuff, to survive. Yeah, I loved them guys, Danny Brown, Hector Guerrero. That was my crew, Mike Davis. We loved each other. I didn't want to be up here. Right. And I didn't know if I could draw. That was something I never knew. But, it just came natural. But then again, bro, Terry Funk, I beat him smack in the middle, 1, 2, 3. You just beat the greatest wrestler ever. Boom, you're going to blow up. And, of course, once I blew up, Dusty told me, we're going to, always a football analogy, because they knew I was West Texas State, and they go, kid, ease the money, baby. That's what he nicknamed me. Come here, ease the money. We're going to hand you the football, and you better run with it, because if you fumble, kid, there'll be somebody else to pick it up. And tell them the truth. And I never fumbled.
When you look at those two titles in particular, they have such a great lineage of great champions. The Funks, the Briscoes, Harley Race, all these amazing names.
Dick Murdoch.
Way back into the 30s for the Central State title. Yeah. Did you realize at the time when you won these titles just how big of a deal it was to be? Now your name is etched in the same name as some of these all-time greats. Did you realize it at the time?
No, I did not. I didn't realize any of this till about 2 years ago when my girl told me, dude, you don't understand. I used to go, F the fans. They buy a ticket, hell with them. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about wrestling. I don't make my living wrestling. Hell with them. And I learned a valuable lesson. My girl goes, really? People like what you do? I don't have magazines. I don't have none of that stuff that I want. Bill Apter introducing me, stuff that I threw away, she held on to it. I didn't even know it. And she held on to this stuff. I don't need this. I said, wrestling don't come in my house. Wrestling's outside the door, never in my house. And she goes, man, you're an idiot. When you learn to humble yourself, you're going to find out there's millions of people that love you. No matter what you did, they love you. And being on a program called Marks versus Pro Wrestlers Uncensored, I learned to humble myself. I learned that these guys love the business the way I do, respect it the way I do, and tell people, hey, dude, get your gear at the right place. Don't go to Walmart to buy your gear. Be respectful to the people that came before you. Honor them by having proper gear, proper training. Get out of the parking lots. Quit wrestling in porta potties, thinking that you're a superstar. That made me realize, and they became friends with me. And they could smack down with me, talk, cut me down, and I started enjoying that. I realize now what an idiot you are. You were in the same line as Harley Race, Dick Murdoch, Dusty Rhodes, Jack and Jerry Briscoe, Don Morocco, Ernie the Cat Ladd. I mean, I can go on to every, Nick Bockwinkel. I wrestled the great Adrian Adonis. I wrestled the greatest that ever lived. And I did the greatest thing in my life was I got in the ring with every one of my mentors and had a program with them. Had them married to Dickie, married to Terry, married to Dory, married to Mulligan. I had all this name angles with them, and it was an honor. And trust me, brother, when I was the Florida State champion and Dickie came in to work with me, the minute I messed up, boy, he let me know. Whoa, I must have messed up.
Why? I mean, when I watched the matches from then, I mean, when I was a kid, I've watched it my whole life. I've watched you, these guys. It seemed as though they knew how to work so much better than what the guys do today. Why do you think the style from then to now has changed so much?
Because he got out of wrestling. They had a video of Terry Funk talking about how wrestling's changed, but the people kept saying, see, you're talking about it. No, he kept saying wrestling. Wrestling's changed. Wrestling's not going back. Wrestling's doing things. He keeps wrestling. So I can tell people, does the marquee say hula hoops? Does it say trapeze artist? No, it says wrestling. And that's what I love about it. And the styles change because people think they got to do that much more to entertain people, or they got to get their shit in. They don't realize you're working together, and you can't make this guy unless you help him. You make one another. And that's the thing about, get my shit and forget this guy, I'm not going to give him nothing. See, we didn't have that problem. We all knew that we had to do this together, or nobody's going to get over. It's like Terry wrote in his book. He wrote a whole chapter about the underneath guys. If it wasn't for them putting their shoulders to the mat, we would be nothing. Nothing. And that's the truth. And these clowns don't realize that. Everybody's got a spot in this business. Everybody's got a spot on the card. Know your spot. I went out when I started wrestling first matches, 10-minute Broadways. We never did anything, no punching, no going out of the ring. You did that in front of Eddie Graham, you were gone. You were blackballed. Eddie Graham didn't allow that. You did not take away from the main event. You knew your spot and you worked that spot. And then nowadays, everybody's main event. From the first match to the top match, they're all main event. They all want to do triple Karanas, fall on their head from the balcony like a bunch of idiots. I mean, it doesn't take but a good wrestler to get the people going. And wrestle in a whole, hell, I like the guys I mentioned, Michael Elgin, Ethan Page, Ethan Wright. We had great wrestling matches. Man, when I did in Indiana, people got up and applauded, wouldn't let me get out of the ring. Because they thought, he's old, he can't move. And every time, boom, 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 they go, oh my God, he can still go. Well, hell, I've been doing 40 years, what do you expect? It's like riding a bicycle. You go back there and kick butt.
One thing I do in all my interviews is I like to do word association. I have so many of these, so I sort of broke them up.
Right.
I'm going to mention some names, and if you can just tell me one word or 100 words, however you feel about it. Some of you've already mentioned. First one I got, Terry Funk.
Oh my God, I dread the day. That's the thing, every day we get older. He's 10 years old. I'll turn 64 and then he turned 74. So I always got that in my head. So I'm always calling him, Jay, how you doing, Pop? He goes, God damn it, kid, if I was your pop, I must have had you when I was 2 years old. He even told Homicide that. He keeps calling me Pop if I had him. And it's just that. Terry Funk is, there's no other. There's no other. One word, unbelievable. One word for him, unbelievable.
How about Dickie Murdoch?
That one hurts. I mean, Dickie did so much for me in loyalty. He was so loyal to me. He made sure nobody messed. Hey, somebody messes with a kid I trained, and people will tell you, I will knock your ass out. You don't touch somebody. You don't touch my kids. I don't care if it was JBL, Booker T. They've all been through that, watching Manny explode. They've all seen it go, we can handle this. Yeah, but I'm doing it. Same thing with Lloyd. Dickie was so loyal. When he came, he made sure everybody was right with me, or he'd whip your ass. He knew I was a tough kid, but he didn't care. I was his kid. That's when I told, when Alex Perez did that one punch, oh my God, I thought Dickie was going to kill him. I was begging, sit down, kid, okay.
How about Harley Race?
Oh my God. Dynamic. Harley Race is dynamic. I could never believe we had 14 world title matches, 2 90-minute Broadways, and the rest were hour Broadways. And every time it was different. He was no Ric Flair. We had different matches all the time. And every time I wrestled him, it was like going 2 minutes. We're done? It's over? and them finishes. One that we did, and it caused a riot in Miami, right at the bell time where I Germaned him, belly to back with him. He kicked the turnbuckle. We both fell shoulders flat. 1, 2, and the bell rings on 3. People exploded. They thought I won. Blah, blah, blah. I said, no, bell rang, bell rang. Dude, they rioted chairs through the window, tearing up the ring. We had to run out of there. That was a hell of a finish. That guy was dynamic.
How about Ivan Koloff?
Ivan? Unbelievable. No. Ivan was hardest worker I ever knew. Ivan Koloff didn't care who his partner was. If he was like Nikita, didn't know crap, Ivan worked his butt off. Workhorse. Nothing but a solid workhorse. He worked his butt off to get the match over. Ivan would take every bump. Hell, man, I don't know if you saw the match I posted. Me and Dusty beat him and Cornudo in the cage, where I got up to the top of the cage and dropped that knee right on his face. He didn't even budge. He trusted me to go 18 feet on his face. I tore my groin out, protecting him, but he goes, I didn't feel the damn thing. But amazing that he laid there. I don't know if I would have done it.
Well, I just want to back up a second. You said Nikita Koloff didn't know anything.
He doesn't know nothing. He's a musclehead idiot, steroid out bum. And that's why I got my front tooth knocked out in the chain match. When we had a double chain match, me and Dusty against him, Dusty right away went to Ivan. I said, oh yeah, right, dude. You're going to get locked up with Ivan. I got this idiot. And I told him, Ivan's been in chain matches, so he knows how to play with the chain. And I told Nikita, don't you dare. Don't even try it. And so, of course, he wanted to be a badass. He did it right in the mouth, knocked my tooth out. I went ballistic, and I almost killed him. They took forever. They had to run in to get me off. I had him wrapped around.
Did he ever get good?
No. And then he got gone. That was the best thing.
Okay. So early on, you worked with some of the greatest. You learned from some of the greatest. Did you realize at the time when you were with guys like Dick Murdoch and Terry Funk, I mean, surely now you know, but did you realize then how great, like for a guy like me or someone that loves wrestling, but is a generation behind,
Let
like
me tell you,
I can
in
imagine how great that had to have been.
Yeah, the one that was great that nobody talks about, Nick Bockwinkel.
Okay.
Oh my God. I had a match with him in San Antonio. We went an hour. Nick Bockwinkel was amazing. I used to barely see films of him, and I said, why is he the champion? Why they got this guy the champion? Always the champion, AWA. Brother, when he came to San Antonio, oh my God, this guy was amazing. Amazing. He was damn unreal. Terry and all them guys were fabulous. Bockwinkel was right there, brother. Right there. We had in Houston, Texas with Bob Watts. We went out there, and brother, it was poetry in motion. It was awesome ballet. He was so good and so smooth.
As near as I could find, it seems like your first trip to Japan was in the early 80s. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
How did you enjoy working in Japan?
I love working in Japan. But it took, Dickie Murdoch got me there. And I knew eventually, it's like my kids. If I train you, I try to get you a tryout with WWE. And if I don't do that, then I'm a failure. Then I stole from you. Okay? That's what I tell people all the time. If the guy you're training with can't get you there, then he's stealing your money. And Dickie trained me, got me to Japan. And the greatest thing about my first tour in Japan, I had Dick Murdoch on there. I had Stan Hansen, Bruiser Brody, and who else? Black Bart was on there, and Buzz Sawyer. And me and Buzz Sawyer became damn good partners. But the greatest thing I learned about Japan was they taught me how to work. And I was out there working with Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody, right? And we're in a 6-man against Giant Baba, Jumbo Teruta, and Tenryu. And I'm over there working in and out of shooting out of work, and they grab me by the back of the hair and pull me in the corner. And Bruiser and Hansen go, if you don't kick their ass, we're gonna kick yours. I went, don't have to tell me twice. Boom, boom. That's how I got the name in Japan. You cemento, Manny-san. Manny-san, cemento. You hit it. I said, hey, I'm gonna hit you because they're gonna hit me. So I enjoyed it.
You always hear stories about how physical and violent it was over there. But when I watch your matches from the early 80s, even, in the southern states, which sometimes they worked at, the Tennessee style, was a little lighter. I mean, your style seemed consistent. Did it really feel like much of an adjustment for you to go to Japan and work there?
Because once they told me I could cut loose, first I was being polite because I went with Dickie. Respect. That's what. And when I first got to Japan, they already knew about me because of Dickie and because of Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody. They used to say when they told them, hey, all the West Texas guys seem pretty tough. Who would you want not to mess with? And they go, that little guy right there, because he don't quit. We'll beat you up and stop. He'll go till he kills you. So no, the style was the same. I was just being nice to the Japanese, trying to, adapt to them, and that's when I was told, if you don't beat the shit out of and that's when I got going good, because they said, damn, he's physical. He's cemento, he's tight.
So part two of my word association, I think I got 4 of them. The first name I got is Ric Flair. What are your thoughts on
Not
Ric
much.
Flair?
Not much. He's one of the worst world champions you probably ever had. I had 2 matches with him. One Broadway, one time for an hour. Boring, same old thing, over and over. Second match, he started that thing. I kicked him in the gut, grabbed him, shit-canned him over the top. I said, Tommy Young goes, oh my God, I got to disqualify you. He said, good, disqualify me. And I don't care. I said, this guy bores me. I wrestled wrestlers, and when you try to lock me down to one thing, then there's going to be a problem. I want to wrestle. I don't want to play stupid games. And then Crockett had a lot of respect for me. He come up to me, he was pissed, and Dusty was mad too. I love-hate relationship with Dusty, but he was my booker for 30 years. He would not lose me because they had a problem, I took care of it. But the main thing was when Crockett came up, he goes, you'll never wrestle for the world title again. I said, thank you, sir. I didn't care. I don't care. It's like you put belts on me, I left him at the airport. I drag him behind me. If you don't stop dragging that belt, I don't care about that. So I just want to wrestle.
You didn't like Flair's style. Why do you think, like if you talk to a young fan today, if they hold Flair in such high regard and such high esteem, why do you think his legacy of, you've been in the ring with him, you know him better than what,
I wrestled every world champion, yeah.
Why do you think his legacy now is this great?
It's not that great of a legacy if you go to North Carolina. Okay. People hate him. He owes so much money. People hate Ric Flair in North Carolina. I know where he's at now, but there's guys looking for him everywhere. He left the state of North Carolina in not very good condition. And I have a personal thing with Flair because of his kid and what happened. I have that personal deal of protecting your own. You protect your own. You protected yourself and your brothers in the military. You protect your family. That's your family. You leave them out there to get hurt, that's on your ass. That's what happened. I can't stand that. I will never stand for a lousy parent. There's no excuse for that, But, here, dude, I've wrestled every world champion that was world champion. Even Ivan Koloff was a world champion in WWF. I wrestled every world champion there ever existed in the business. He was the lousiest. I loved Ivan Koloff. Me and Ivan Koloff had great matches. Me and Nick Bachman had great matches. Me and Jack Briscoe, Terry Funk, Dory Funk, Harley Race. I can go on and on. I wrestled every world champion in existence. And they were all 10 times better than he would ever be. I'll tell that to his face.
It's very interesting. That's really, interesting noise. So I think, am I right to say that maybe you just don't agree with him as a person outside of the ring?
No,
and you find
I don't agree in his style. It's just like Wahoo McDaniel told Jim Crockett one time. And Wahoo McDaniel's a straight up man like I am. Don't turn the corner too fast, Jim. You might break Ric Flair's nose. There you go. Didn't need enough said.
Kiss ass.
Yeah, okay. Enough said. And Wahoo used to get so mad. Jim Crockett had clip-on ties. You know why? Wahoo got so mad at him one time, he jerked him by the tie across the desk. And so now he started wearing clip-on ties in case he grabbed him.
It's funny you brought up Wahoo. Right there. It's my next name in my line.
Oh, God.
Memories of Wahoo.
The greatest man ever probably ever lived. Wahoo, greatest Native American athlete, All-American football, NFL 13, slapped the hell out of Joe Namath. That's why they got traded away to Miami. Wahoo was a man's man. One of the toughest. Hey, brother, this was a brother. He had your back no matter what. When I got in trouble, he was right there for me. And when Greg Gagne came back to the AWA and tried to ruin what him and Ray Stevens built, and I beat the crap out of him, stretch him, he fought for me. Because Vern was, oh, he's doing that to my kid. Wahoo went in there, well, your kid did this. Wahoo was a man's man. You cannot ever replace Wahoo, one of the greatest men ever lived. And you know what? Physical. He knocked the liver. I have 2 stitches on this nipple. He chopped me so hard, he ripped it up. And somebody was going, Wahoo! I had to run out and say, duck, Wahoo. And I hit that guy. He had a megaphone, right? And the more he yelled Wahoo, the harder he hit me. I kicked him. I go, I should canned him out of the ring. I said, when I tell you to duck, duck. And the guy's got the megaphone yelling, Wahoo, Wahoo. I said, duck. Boom! I hit that megaphone. Bam! I hit the guy in the mouth. Blood everywhere. The guy got up, grabbed his megaphone, goes, it's okay, Manny. He ducked.
Wow. How about Dick Slater?
Oh, my God. That's another tough. That's a tough hombre. And you know, till this day, me and Terry have been looking for him. He's like MIA, and we always talk Dickie. Oh my God, that's John Matuzak. John Matuzak, big football player, you know, played football with the Raiders and Denver, whatever. He got in Dickie's face, and Dickie went boom, and broke all his jaw, knocked him out one shot. Sting and Ultimate Warrior. When we took over in WCW, bought out Louisiana, went over there. Dickie went over there as a booker to get rid of Dusty, sent him over there. Dickie was a hell of a booker. He booked me in San Antonio. And the Ultimate, what do they call themselves? The Dingo Warriors and what was that? Blade Runners. The Blade Runners or something. And they told Dickie says, Dr. Ernie's gone. Dusty wants bringing in Baby Doll. Oh, you can't tell our girl to leave my... He said, and stupid Ultimate Warrior tried to hit him. He moved out of the way, hit him in the face. Sting come running through the door, caught him as he came in, dragged him by his hair, stuck him in the toilet. And it was me, Magnum T, and Dusty coming in. We flew in for the show there, right? Dickie was already there. And he's got him in the toilet, flushing in the toilet. And we went, oh my God, he's trying to drown him. It took me, Magnum, and Dusty to pull him off. But he was going to drown that son of a gun.
Wow.
That's why I don't respect that guy. He's a punk.
Yeah.
You know, Dickie's one tough hombre. That's what we call him. Man, where you seen that hombre? I said, I ain't seen that tough dude. We haven't seen him in years.
How about Wildfire Tommy Rich?
He's a punk. You know, I'll tell a man what he is, okay? If you can't stand on your own 2 feet, I've been down, knocked down, picked up. You know, I've lost a lot. Marriages, 2.5 million in divorces. I lost a lot. But you got to learn to pick yourself up. You got to be man enough. And, you know, and you know, when do you grow up? When do you stop the dope crap? When do you stop doing stupid shit? You know, 60-something years old, you're still doing it? Grow the hell up. That shit was cool in the 80s when we're 28, 30 years old. Oh, everybody was doing it in the 80s, you know that. You know, cocaine was America's cup of tea or cup of coffee. You know, all that stuff. But you got to grow up, and you got to be a man. Why do you let some other man pay for you to live? You're not man enough to pay for yourself? You know, it's like I say, I don't make my living wrestling. Guys want to book me. Hey, I don't charge that much. I tell them straight out, Jerry Miller. I said, brother, it's $300 in a room. Why? That's who I am. You know, why overprice yourself when people are trying to use you? Respect what the business done for you in the past. Respect what it gave you. It gave me a platform to make millions, and I did. Though I couldn't control myself after 5 divorces. Yeah, you're going to lose shit, but you learn to stay on your feet and be a man. You're going to live off another man like a punk? That's being a punk. And you know, and I'll sit there right here telling people, I could have killed that son of a bitch when he came to my house. If it wasn't for I trained an autistic kid, Geronimo, I call him Geronimo. His name's Jeremy Aldridge. He's my autistic kid, right? And I trained him to wrestle. He does pretty good. You know, Kato, Mike Litteral's son, you know, Braden, those are my kids. You don't abuse that. But when I went to bust his head wide open, Geronimo told me, you'll go back to prison. You'll go back to prison. And I thought, wow, if I get locked up, what's going to happen to Geronimo? What's going to happen to Kato? Guys are questioning on me to train him. What an idiot you are, Manny. I let it go. I said, hey, dude, one day it won't be your wife. His wife was on the phone with 911 with a speaker on going to dispatch. He's right here going to hurt my neck. You need to get over here. You need to get him. Squealing on me. So I knew the cops were coming. So I had to get out of there. I didn't want to go to prison again.
Why wouldn't he just stand up and fight you?
Because he's a punk. You know, hey, I'd rather get him in the ring. That's what I told Frank Goodman. Goes for USA Pro Wrestling. He goes, what do you want? I said, a death match with Tommy Rich. And I guarantee you there'll be a death.
How about Arn Anderson?
Oh my God. The Enforcer, we had wars because, you know, me had the greatest matches ever. Arn Anderson was such a good guy to work. The matches we had were dynamite. You know, we got over, and he became the part of the Four Horsemen, and I got on him, which was wrong on my part. I said, don't be a kiss ass like fucking Tully. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. About effing Tully and Flair and them. Be yourself like you were when you first came here. So I kind of regret. I was bad about saying, oh, he's a kiss ass. But he wasn't. He was just being himself, making a living for his family. But Arn Anderson was, you could see our matches. He was great. He sold great. He did everything great with me. We had great matches.
You were tag team champions with one of the biggest stars ever, Dusty Rhodes. Do you have any memories or stories from some of those tag team championship matches?
I would go in, you know what he said? Here's the thing about Dusty. Everybody said Dusty Rhodes. I used to call him Beaver, the fat man. My kid, Travis Hooker, he laughs. He goes, man, you called him the fat man. He was the boss. I always call him, what's up, fat man? Everybody freak out, man. They freak out. And I call him Bevo, you know, the mascot, Texas Longhorns mascot.
Okay.
Hey, Bevo, what's up? Because he had that brown spot, you know, Bevo, white guy with a brown spot. It's like, Bevo, what's up? Everybody freak out, but we loved each other, you know, and the greatest memories was I'd get in there and wrestle with Ted and I'd drop kick, leapfrog, and nobody thought he could do that. Then you could look at me, get in the ring, he'd do the same damn thing. Boom, boom, drop kick. I said, I knew you could do it. I knew you were holding back, you sandbagger.
That's funny. I think if you ask the casual fan, what do they know about Manny Fernandez? The first thing they're going to say is your NWA World Title run with Rick Rude. Do you have any memories of being the tag team champion with Rick Rude? Memories of Rick Rude specifically?
Rude? Oh my God, Rick Rude and me were so close. When I found that out, you know, his wife called me and she says, you know, he's gone. Rick Rude came to me as a gimmick. Dusty didn't know what to do with me. I was beating the hell out of Jimmy Valiant. Jimmy Valiant does that Tennessee crap. I'm not about poking you in the ass, lifting up my leg to piss on you. That ain't me. I don't do that. When we're teamed up, I said, I don't do Tennessee ice spots. Oh, come on, bully, woolly, bully, woolly. I said, no, I don't do Tennessee ice spots. I'm not going to do them. I'm not going to play that game. Play possum, do all that shit. Not me. I said, I wrestle the way I do. I won't do them. Come on, bully, woolly. No. So that's why we came apart. So Dusty was lost, basically didn't know who to put me with. He knew Barbarian couldn't stay up with me. Pez Watley was a mic guy. And they brought in Rude from Memphis. And he was green, still green, and still needed to learn. So they put him with me, and they said, okay, well, sooner or later, Manny's going to go off on him because he can't keep up with Manny. And because he's just a gimmick. And at that time, basically, he was. He had the muscles, the rip abs, unbelievable strength. And, you know, we came together, and one time I sat there, and we worked. And he kind of had the notion that, you know, I was going to teach him. And I did. I would tell him, tag me, and show you how to do this. And Rude got better. You know what I love about Rick Rude? What a lot of people don't do today. He listened. He damn listened to everything I told him. He didn't fire back at me. The only time he'd fire back at me is, will you stop fighting? But I'm telling you right now, me and him, the relationship we had each other, we were like brothers. He had my back, and I had his back. No matter what I did, he stood by me. He stood by me. When he walked, and we came from WWE, and I told him, I ain't doing that stupid putting horns on my head. Hell with Vince McMahon. I don't need him. And I don't need. That's why he respects me. After I told him F off, you know, I didn't call back begging for a job, and I never will. And they wanted me to go down training and all that. No. I train people my way. I'll send them to you. You tell me if you can use them. I do it my way, you know. But Rick Rude, brother, one time when I beat up Tully in the dressing room, after, you know, I had that animosity with Tully since I got stabbed, you know. And then he said, and they had the 4 horsemen, and me and Rude were getting, look, they had the A team and the B team. It was Rock and Roll Express and Rick Rude and me, R&R versus Rock and Roll Express. And they had Flair and Dusty and Road Warriors, and they'd go to Hawaii, they'd go to the big towns. They send us to Florence, South Carolina, Cheraw, all the little towns, right? We're drawing 22,000 people, they're drawing 10. What's that tell you? Dusty mad as hell. Then he started saying, no, dude, we want to be the B team. Leave the B team alone. Get it. We had Barbarian, Jimmy Valiant, Hector Guerrero, Denny Brown, me, and damn Rock and Roll Express. We were blowing them away.
Well, who was on the A team there?
Oh, yeah, Flair, Dusty, Road Warriors, you know, Midnight Express, Cornette, Carvin. Yeah, that's the A team, bro. We love the B team. We wanted to stay the B team. We wanted to do that all the time.
What were you guys doing different that was working better than what they were doing?
Well, we got over. Not all the people got over there. They thought that them people were over. They weren't so much over. They weren't as over. When he put the teams back together, brought them all together, yeah, we blew up everywhere. Yeah, of course, then you had a solid team. Then in the A team became really A team. But we enjoyed our time, you know, and that's when me and Rude got close. Having them fun matches with Rock and Roll Smith. Tell them, hey, dude, we're bigger than him. Get him over. Don't try to squash him. Listen to me. Put Ricky Morton over like $1 million, like a King Kong, and we'll get over. And that's what we did. He listened. You know, and we got close. We'd work out together. Of course, he'd smoke his thing, come back, Chinese eyes, laughing and smiling. He was great. And he'd tell me, I'd call him, come here, jellyhead. He goes, it's better than being a rockhead. You start so much of that stuff, you got rocks in your head.
So you're a legendary tough guy. Rick Rude was also a legendary tough guy.
Yes.
Was he as tough as what people say he was?
Tougher.
Really?
Then they say, I'll tell you this. Danny Hodge was at one time could only man that I know squeeze an apple and crush, break a pair of pliers. So could Rude. 2-time wrist wrestling world champion. Nobody ever beat him. And he was unreal. Hey, brother, Rick Rude hit you. You got hit. It looked like the Hulk from all the amazing, the Marvel heroes. He hit you like the Hulk. And when I was beating up Tully Blanchard in Baltimore at the Crockett Cup, beating the hell. That's why we got #1 seed, but that we had to lose because Manny beat up Tully. So Dusty got mad at me, and that was punishment. Rude snapped it up, and Lex Luger came running in. Rude stood up and said, "Where you going?" Lex Luger went running out there. He must have put on, looked like he had flames in his ass. Rude wasn't going to put up with that. And he went running out. No, tough. Very tough.
Good guy, though?
Fantastic person. He's like my kid, Travis Hooker, quiet. Don't piss him off.
Yeah.
Don't piss him off. That's what I say. Every time I got in an argument in the bar or something, he's sitting right there. And I'd say something, and somebody move, I'd see Rude just move. I say, oh shit, if I get into it, somebody else is going to get hurt. He was ready.
You brought it up a little earlier. In the 80s, the drug scenes are legendary.
Yeah.
Were you, not just in wrestling, everywhere in the 80s.
Yeah.
How was it in the areas that you were? Was there a serious drug